Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Oh, I'm
morning,
trying to
Darcy.
get it to
Good morning,
continue.
everybody. Awake and Positive Power here again with Darcy Marta talking regarding depression.
And
Uh,
Jemima Godsall, talking with Jemima Godsall.
yep, and here we are.
Darcy Marta, Jemima Godsall.
Yes, Darcy Marta, Jemima Godsall. I think
Mhm.
you've got our names on the screen anyway, guys. But you're getting to know us now, surely. And if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. We love to have you. We are touching on these subjects from a personal point of view to make normalize the conversation around suicide, depression, and mental illness, which is so important these days. We've just got to make sure we have an open conversation about it. Just before we do start, guys, a couple of things. We do have a, what's it called, Das? Thank
Disclaimer.
you. Every week I forget. I'm sorry. I'm just one of those. Yes, I am a blonde. Sorry, blondes. I use that as an excuse. And Australians. Sorry, Australians. But yeah, we do have a disclaimer down below. Please make sure you read it. It's very important. And if you do know anyone who is in depression or feeling suicidal, please ring the 1-800 number. It is available there. You can remain anonymous if necessary, but it is there for us to reach out if you don't know sort of what to do or what path to take, or if you just need someone to talk to. So please know you do have help there. We hope our conversations can help you too, just uplift your spirit, know that we're all in this together. Okay.
Yeah. And everybody feels it. I mean, we all go through it. And that's really why we wanted to put this conversation out regularly, is to show that everybody feels depressed at different times in their lives to different degrees. And some of it, I think more of the population feels suicidal at different times in their life than they ever let on. And we really wanted to let people know this is this does not make you sick, bad, unworthy, weak, or any of those labels that make you feel ashamed.
It makes you human, pretty much makes you human. We
And that
all suffer.
yeah, and there's help out there, and we don't have to be, ashamed of our feelings or our thought pattern. But what we do need is to talk about it and find support. That's why we're talking, to say, hey, it's okay that, you're going through it, and
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody has at some point or another, whether they admit it or not.
Yeah, exactly. And just that little bit of normalization when you feel so chaotic, it can be the rescue. And you never know what can be that little spark to break that. What did you say last week? Um
I never know what
that's
I say week to week.
yeah, I know. Anyway, that train of thought, it's just you
Oh,
never
the
know what.
trance.
Yeah,
Your
the trance.
trance.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. The trance, that's a good word, because it's like a trance. You never know what can break that trance. So just being able to reach out or just have someone to talk to and normalize the conversation, we hope can
Right.
ease pressure, the internal pressure that we put on ourselves when we feel this darkness.
Yeah, we're trying to break the negative trance.
Here,
Break that.
here.
Here.
Yeah. Positive trance is so much more better. So much more better. My mother would hate me for my English. Right?
Your mom.
Sorry, guys. That was bad English. Okay.
That's all right. We'll write it off to being Australian. Oh,
Yes. Oh,
no,
no.
I can't do that.
No, I can't say it. It's just Jemima. There you go. Just me. I own it. I own it. Okay, Darcy, well, we're going to start with a breathwork session first, and then
Fantastic.
we'll have a chat. I'd like to ask you a question, Darcy, today, if you don't mind. I'll spring it on you.
Okay.
And then
All
we'll end
right.
with the meditation, Darcy's amazing meditations, which is always worth hanging around for. She takes us to a wonderful place to close this talk. And it's also a really good idea to close this circle so we feel safe, we feel supported, and we have that sort of opportunity to release anything that might have been triggered with us during this conversation. So I love that Darcy has been willing to put the end meditation in, and she's just amazing at it. So hang around.
Thanks, Jemima. That was really nice.
Yeah, well, it's
Appreciate
true.
that.
I'm not nice. I'm just honest. Yeah, just wait for it. Okay, guys. Now I do breathwork sessions. We're just going to have about a 5-minute breathwork session just to get into our bodies and bring us into here. Can I just say something too before I do the breathwork? I get so confused where to look.
I do too. Oh,
like
I
over
thank you.
here,
Thanks
up
for
here.
saying that. I do that too. I look at the green dot. I look at
Yeah,
Jemima. I
yeah.
look at me. I
I
say,
like
don't
it.
look at me. I look at Jemima.
It's so funny, and I find like I'm looking at over here, and I'm thinking, what's over? It looks on the screen. I'm like way over. So, guys, please forgive us. We are both an older generation too, so technology is not our forte. So it's all these tiny little things is something that we're both learning, particularly myself. So just forgive us. We are
It's something that we used to not be working with, but we are learning that now.
yeah,
We're
we are
learning.
totally learning it. And
Now
this is
I have to say, I have to correct that just a tiny bit.
please.
Having worked in television and film and taught acting for TV and film, if this was a camera in front of me rather than my computer with
Yes.
my monitor, I would have no problem knowing
Yes.
where to look. I
Yes.
think that the problem for me is that it's very distracting with the image of myself there, and because that's what starts to drag your attention. You look at yourself talking and it. So I am practicing between the green dot and your beautiful face.
And
I'm
I do apologize, actually, everyone. I do actually really apologize because, yeah, Darcy's been in the industry, the film industry, for years. So I totally negated that, and I didn't mean to. So I
Oh,
do.
that's okay. No, it's not a problem.
She's not new at this at all in terms of camera work. So my bad. But
Not
technology,
an issue.
green dot and two screens, and yeah, that's new. Okay, my loves, let's bring us into this place right now. So let's
Okay.
all sit, or you can stand, you can lie down, do whatever you want. Make sure you are comfortable. There is no wrong or right way in terms of meditating or breath work. It's a matter of being comfortable with your body. So please make sure you get yourself just in a position where you feel really good in yourself. And we'll just roll those shoulders back 3 times. 3, deep breathing. 2, and 1. Just relax, shake out your body a little bit. Let's be a little weird too. Let's make some noise and shake. Let's just be weird. Sunday. Okay, there we go. I see that energy running through your body already. Feel that little buzz. That's your beautiful energy. That's amazing. So we've already sparked it. Yeah, beautiful. And if you feel any tension, just shake it out of you. And when you're ready, just come back to your body. We'll close our eyes. We'll start with some deep breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. Strong, long breaths. One more in through your nose and out through your nose. Now take a long, deep breath in through your nose and then out through your mouth. Make a little noise as you open that mouth, releasing any morning tension, breathing at your own pace, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And try to be aware, guys, when we breathe in, let's put our hands on our abdominal muscles, our center of strength, our powerhouse, and try and not raise the shoulders when we breathe. Try and feel the rib cage expand on your inhales. So loosen those shoulders, placing your hands on your rib cage. And as we inhale through our nose, we'll take 4 counts. Feel that rib cage expand. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Contract your muscles and squeeze the air out through your mouth, relaxing those shoulders. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Inhale, expand. 3, 4, and exhale. Contract. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. And just take it out. Relax, shake it out, shake it out. So do you notice the difference in your body, Das? Like the shoulders and the abdominal muscles. So just try and relax the top part of your body. We're breathing into our diaphragmatic muscles are going to be expanding and contracting as we breathe. This is the powerhouse, guys. This is our solar plexus. This is where our energy comes from. We have our emotions. It is where we feel things, where we process things, where we hold our food. All these sort of things affect us. So really try and feel this as the healing modality, the healing center for this breath work. So as we breathe, don't worry too much. If you can't do it, don't worry. Just that it's something to learn, but just pay attention to it if you take this out after class, after this session, I should say. So we're going to do a round of breaths. We're going to breathe in for 4 counts. We're going to hold for 7, and then we're going to exhale for 8. So it's a long exhale. So we double the exhale. The exhaling, doubling the count of the exhales relaxes our body. It slows our heart rate down. It's really good. If you suffer from anxiety, this is a really good way to relieve some tension. The exhales, if you are suffering from anxiety, is what you should pay attention to in terms of extending your breath. The inhales, if you did the opposite way around, if you paid attention to extending your inhales, that actually raises your heart rate and gives you some energy. It's like a wake up. So just note that too. If you do suffer anxiety, you can extend the exhales, or if you want a sort of energy boost, extend the inhales. Sorry guys, that was a bit confused. Should I repeat that?
That makes sense. Because when you extend the inhale, you are bringing in more oxygen. Holding your breath holding your breath circulates that oxygen, and then exhaling slowly through the mouth releases the old air, releases all the tension that goes with it. That's why I love that phrase, waiting to exhale. We hold our breath all the time, but life is all about the exhale. That's where we relax. That's where we release and let go. So it makes perfect sense. Hold it in, energize, exhale, let it go.
And that's a really good technique, guys. If you do suffer from anxiety, or if you do want an energy boost, it's a incredibly powerful technique. The breath work is an incredibly powerful technique that you can tap into anytime. You're always breathing. It's a tool that you have for the rest of your life. You come in with breath and you leave with breath. It's the only constant thing in our life, and it can heal us along the way. So that's why I'm introducing breath work to you guys. Okay, so we'll do about 5 rounds of those breaths. Then we'll do that breath hold, where we'll exhale all our air. You hold on empty. It's the middle breath, we call it. It kind of feels like it's empty, and you'll be surprised. You possibly may be able to hold your breath a lot longer than you would be able to normally. And if, of course, you don't feel like you can, don't force anything. As soon as you need to take that inhale, just take it all the way back up to the top and hold it there too. You may feel your brain go a little bit fuzzy, may feel that blood rush to your head. We're not here to pass ourselves out. So please make sure you are, as soon as you feel anything that feels a little off, just exhale. And then after one of those breath holds on either end, we'll just come back into a little meditation, just a couple of short breaths before we start our talk. Okay, guys? So once again, let's just relax, shake it out, and closing your eyes if you'd like to. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And here we go. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And take a deep breath in all the way up to the top. And then slowly release that air all the way to the bottom and hold on empty. You have all you need right here, relaxing the body. If you need to take a little breath, you can sip a little breath in. If you need to take a full breath, go for it. When you are ready to take a deep breath in, you're going to suck that air in all the way up to the top and hold it. Hold. When you are ready to release, slowly release back to normal, your own normal breathing. Gently breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. We're going to breathe in love. If you find any tension in your body, your heart is going to dissolve it. Then we exhale love. We breathe in love and peace. Our heart is so big and magnanimous, it dissolves any tension, anything that's concerning you, any anxiety. So then we can exhale that love and peace to the universe. Two more. Inhaling love and peace and light. The beautiful heart of yours dissolves any tension, anxiety. And we exhale that love, peace, and light to the universe. One more time. Inhaling love and light and peace. Your beautiful heart dissolves tension, anxiety, fear, anything that's tight in your body, mind, and spirit. Then we exhale that love and light and peace to the universe, where we are now surrounded internally and externally with love and light. And namaste. Thank you, guys. Feel a little grounded?
Yeah. I have to. Yeah, I'm very present.
Morning. Yeah, come on, everyone, wake up, wake up. I'll shake the camera.
Oh, buddy. Yes. Now, it's always such an interesting combination between being awake and calm at the same time. So you're both energized and calm. And that's a big deal because most of the time we equate energized with being buzzed, right? We're like, oh, I need my coffee to get going. I need to, excuse me, I'm grabbing a pen because I know what meditation I'm going to do afterwards. I'm just going to build on what you did. And you know what I mean? So the idea of being energized and calm at the same time is a really wonderful state of being to get comfortable with.
Yeah, it's grounded.
It's grounded because most of the time we're not grounded, and we equate being energized with being out of our body. Yeah, okay, I had my coffee. I had this venti, whatever the hell it's called. It's like huge cup of coffee, right? Or I like to drink Coca-Cola or orange juice, a big cup of orange juice. It's like a big cup of orange juice, how many oranges in that one cup? Yeah. And that's only if it's real orange juice and not sugar added. And so then we start going like this, So yay, to feel energized and calm at the same time is
kind of amazing.
Fantastic.
And the body too, it feels relaxed while you can still have your mental
awareness
going.
Yeah.
One thing just about the coffee, everyone, I gave up coffee. I gave up coffee.
Just give up coffee?
Huh?
You just gave up coffee?
2 weeks ago. Well, actually, no, it would have been this week because you and I last week. Yeah, creamer and coffee. So yeah, it's good. I feel a lot better. I didn't have an headache, which is really weird. I thought I'd get the migraine because I remember last time I tried to give up coffee, I got a migraine, which is one of the consequences, guys, which pay attention. Your body is saying, TikTok, there's something going on here. And it's another form of addiction. And I am an addict, as you know, so a recovering addict. And so I want to just try and all these little things that I sort of have found another way to satisfy my addictions. I drank a lot more coffee. Yeah. And that was like kind of counterproductive of what my healing process. So yeah, it's really interesting to give it up. I feel wonderful. I feel really excited by it. It's great. So yeah, everyone can. If I can, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I gave up coffee years ago when my son was little because I realized I'd make a really strong cup of coffee, and it has a lot of yang energy. It has a lot of that kind of male, I guess you want to put it male energy. It's not really male is the wrong word. It's yang energy.
Masculine energy.
Huh?
Masculine energy.
Yeah. So I found that my temper was much shorter. My my patience was shorter. My tolerance was shorter. And so here I had this little kid, and sometimes these things he would do as a little kid would make me go, oh, stop it. And I realized when I didn't have coffee, I could use my mommy mind much better to say things like, oh, what are you doing? What choices are you making? And
Wow.
let's not rip up all the toilet paper in the living room, because then we won't have any in the
Like a
bathroom.
cat.
Like a cat. Yeah, I mean, kids like, look what I found. And when you've had a lot of coffee, you're like, don't do that. But when you haven't had a lot of coffee, you can say, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Let's do something else.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
find
there's
actually in
a
the
much
mornings.
more peaceful way to deal.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Darcy. Yeah, I find in the mornings as I teach Pilates, and my Pilates sessions seem to be a lot calmer because I've got a big energy, as I'm sure you know. And I'm like, come on, let's go. And it's Pilates class, it's not exactly boot camp. So it's been really interesting. And even my clients have said this is a lot more flow in it. And that's what my goal is, to have flow in my workouts with Pilates. And it's really amazing to see how different it is. And I'm actually consciously paying attention to it too. So it's seeing the process of addiction, but also my physical reaction to it. It's profound. It's really wonderful. It's exciting. So I'm just cutting out things that I'm not going to deny myself. If my mum or you buy me a coffee, sure, bring it on. I'm going to have a coffee that's bought for me, but I'm not going to drink it like I did every day, as a like water. It was terrible. Really, really. Anyway, so Das, not talking about that, but let's change the subject to our wonderful conversation.
Can I just
I
say
have,
one thing about that, though,
yeah,
that I really
sorry,
like,
please.
is that you are dealing with addiction and healing from it.
That's
I
right.
mean, look at what you just did. You just said, this is what I'm doing to heal myself. I'm dealing with my addiction. And it's so much nicer to say, I'm dealing with it, rather than I'm dealing with my addictive tendencies, or I'm
Yes.
dealing with addictive tendencies,
Yeah.
rather than to say, I am an addict.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean
Because,
that's what we were talking about last week, Das. The
right.
language. So, and if you saw that, but it's such a habit, isn't it? It's such a
It
in.
is.
I didn't
Everything
even know.
you
I didn't
do
even
is
know.
a habit.
Yeah, and I'd like to break it because it is that sort of form of manifestation where you are become like you create these words, and it unconsciously becomes part of you, or you become it. And I don't want that. No, no.
Right.
So
So
thank
yeah,
you, Das, and
yeah.
continue to pull me up on it. Thank you. It's going to be a
Oh yeah.
long journey.
I think it's great for the people that are viewing us, because that's what we're talking about, is addiction, or not necessarily, but depression and suicidal thoughts, and how we get there. And how we get there oftentimes is through language, and how we reinforce things.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you.
We become rather than yeah, we become it rather than observing.
Right.
Das, so I've got a good one for you this week.
Oh,
I was really feeling the full moon this week. It was full moon
yeah.
in Scorpio, and it was really powerful. And the planets kind of shifted. Pluto's gone retrograde for the next, I think, 7 years or something. A lot of stuff's going on. It's all very deep internal stuff. But I found myself, I think I was also talking last week about feeling frustrated for my depression, because I've got nothing really to be depressed about right now, because I'm in a beautiful place. I'm working, have this opportunity to work on myself. There's so many good things, but I started to feel really heavy in my heart and really confused about it, because I really wasn't. I knew I was trying to separate what was real and what was not. And I realized collective energy. I've always, as an empath, I'm extremely emotional, but I've always picked up on collective energies around, the universal energy guys. Particularly living in the city for so many years. I used to be a major city buzz girl, and I wasn't conscious of what was mine and what was the universe or the collective energy. I wasn't even aware of that concept, and so I couldn't compartmentalize or separate the two. But now I'm aware of it, and I love working with it. But this was exactly this week, the whole collective energy. I felt pulled down, I felt confused, I felt frustrated. The full moon was affecting me, and I know that obviously affects everyone. And then I thought, how do we, this is your question to us, how do we as empaths, when we're dealing with our own depression, not let the collective energy interfere, or we don't take on the collective energy as our own, so it either brings us down even more, or exacerbates our own feeling of depression, or even, as I said, just it brings in a bad mood for yourself, or an uncomfortable mood for yourself when you're not really there. How do you deal with that as an empath and a beautiful woman? Just had to add that in.
And a beautiful woman. I have lots to say. Well, that's so interesting. Because I really struggled with that one for a long time, because I didn't understand that's what I was dealing with. And so yeah, being empathic, and then oftentimes I get I hate using this term. I haven't found a better one for it, that psychic impression, right? I'll get psychic impression of things that are happening. And I don't know how, I didn't understand
Mm.
that it wasn't mine. So, for example, I had a friend who sadly died in an accident. And the day before, I had a horrible, horrible migraine. Like, and I had tears streaming down my face involuntarily.
Wow.
I'm like, what's going on with me? Oh my God, I'm like overwhelmed by all of this. And then that actually, when I was experiencing it, is when she had this thing happen. We were really close. We were very close at the time. Yeah. So that then I didn't equate it. I didn't equate the two. I didn't understand it. And then later, the same thing happened on September 11th. The day before that happened, I was at home with my son and my husband. He was a baby. He was like 7 months old. Got this massive, massive headache, tears streaming down my face. I'm like, oh my God, I can't be having postpartum depression. He's already 7 months old and everything's going groovy. I really couldn't understand what was wrong with me. I had to ask my husband to take my son for a stroll because by this time I also knew how to meditate. The earlier one, I didn't know how to meditate. So for this one, I decided to sit down and really meditate. And even though the feelings were so huge and overwhelming, I thought maybe I need to go check myself into a hospital. I mean, that's how painful it was. And I was just like literally just like streaming crying and literally involuntarily.
Mm.
But, you know, the meditation calmed me and brought me back into my body. So even though I didn't know the reason or what it was, I wasn't panicked with it all, and I could begin to deal with the migraine and deal with the big feelings. And then, of course, that thing happened the next day. It was the next day. So over the years, this thing sometimes happens to me. And I also get impressions in other ways too, but I've learned to notice what the signs are. I've learned to notice the signs. So if I hear certain music, or if I feel a certain way, or if I have certain impressions come to me, those are now signals to me to go sit down and meditate, because that means something is happening that I need to be aware of emotionally. And so meditation for me is a really big tool. It's a super big tool. And that's the way I start to notice the difference between, is this the universal energy or is this my own blah blah that I've like been stuffing, my own blah blah, stuffing and suppressing, stuffing and suppressing. And sometimes it's both.
Mm. Yeah.
You know, as a sensitive person, a highly sensitive person, you're going to be affected continuously. You know, when I first moved to New York City, um, I didn't understand how all that energy was going to affect me. And literally, I would have, well, I called them decompression days, where I would not leave my apartment. I would take Epsom salt baths. I'd drink a cup of, you know, I'd make a pot of herb tea. I'd listen to music and I would totally decompress. And a friend of mine who was an old teacher of mine said, well, you know, the island is surrounded by water. The island of Manhattan is completely electrified. You've got electricity running backwards and forwards, up and down, sideways, all around you, and it's amplified by all that water. She goes, highly sensitive person, plus you add all the humanity. She goes, it's a bombardment of your senses and your sensibilities. And so taking those decompression days were super important. Super, super important. And I actually encouraged a coworker the other day who works 5 days a week and will find themselves like sick once a month, or dealing with stomach or a headache or this or that. I'm like, you need a stress day. You need a decompression day. you need a day that you're not sick, that you don't, or you're not trying to heal your body, but you're simply you, and you're going to go decompress
Mm, mm,
and take your day to yourself to take a bath, take a walk for no other reason than to simply be with yourself quietly, lovingly, simply, and become present. And that way you start to understand how you're juggling that universal energy versus your own energy. Does that kind of make sense a little bit? Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, can I ask a question? But what if a lot of people are afraid to be with themselves, or
Correct.
don't even know that concept?
Right.
Or if you're in depression, sometimes that's, you feel like that's the last thing you want to be.
Right.
How would you say, how would you introduce that to someone, or how would you introduce that to someone who is in a depression and they just don't want to sit within themselves, which is such a key to healing, guys. Key. Anyway, so what would your answer be there?
Right. Well, I would think that I would say that most of us are not comfortable with ourselves when we first start getting to know with ourselves. There are people who will tell you years later in life, they say, "Well, I'm finally comfortable in my skin, right? I finally like myself." It takes a long time of practice,
Mm-hmm.
and everything's about practice. And someone who's really in crisis, I wouldn't say to them, go off by yourself, but I would say make sure you're in touch with your therapist, your doctor, make sure you have your medication if that's something that you need to have. But then I would also say do something that you love to do for yourself that doesn't require uh, any kind of external substance, right? So, can you listen to music and dance around your home? Can you go plant something in your yard? If you don't have a yard, can you plant something and put it on in a kitchen window? Or, planting is a great idea. Put on some music and plant something. Um, can you? Oh, here's a really fun one. Go. This is gonna sound really silly, but go to a pet store.
The pet store?
Yeah, go to Petco. Look at the fishes. Look at
I
the fish.
couldn't do that. Just on the flip side,
Yeah,
as devil's advocate, I can't do that. I can't go to the zoo either, because I end up
yeah,
being so sad for animals, and I
yeah,
want to take them all home. I know they're
yeah,
loved, but
yeah,
I just go, oh, little ones and their little faces, the key. So,
yeah.
guys, that is a good idea. I think it is a beautiful
I
distraction.
like what I really like is the fish, the water, the
That's
area
true.
where the fish are,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be in that water area and that flowing, beautiful,
yeah.
calm. It's a really lovely place to be. To be somewhere where there's water is always a good thing. Take a bath, a long, luxurious bath, you know, and start to learn how to love yourself,
Yeah, yeah,
how to
yeah,
make yourself your own best friend,
definitely.
how to find what it is about you that you can love. Where we spend all this time avoiding ourselves. I have friends who, the minute they come home from work, they turn on their music right away, and then later they turn on their TV right away. There's constant sound
Yeah,
going on, and I always feel like, can you allow yourself to have a moment
yeah,
of just quiet? Can you allow
yeah,
yourself to be with yourself for a moment? And yeah, the scary thoughts may come up in you, and that's why you and I are doing meditation and breath work. Yoga is really great for those kinds of things.
Pilates.
Pilates is great for that. Um, things like, and I know it's really hard. People can't go to the gym. They were using the gym for that.
Mhm.
Calling a friend is great for that.
Yeah,
Calling a friend. If you don't have friends, and a lot of people who are struggling with depression oftentimes don't allow themselves to
yeah,
make friends, So um, that's why I say planting is really great.
yeah, yeah,
Getting a plant is really great. If you don't have the capacity for an animal, because it really takes a lot to have an animal, you know, to have a cat, a dog, a bird, a fish.
Yeah.
Planting is a really great idea. The idea of caring for something else, the idea of nurturing and caring for something, seeing it grow, seeing its beauty, seeing the green or the, you know, if it does bloom, good for you, right? Hang in there. If it doesn't, oh well, it's still alive and I'm still caring for it. You know, caring for someone other than yourself is really, really important. We get all caught up in our own who, me world, but taking that empathy or those big feelings we have and giving it to something else, somebody else, volunteering, all these kind of things. How I deal now with the universal energy that's going on around me, right? Like what's in the news, um, planetary shift, uh, the difficulties families are facing with economics and childcare and personal care is I have to take time to sit down and meditate.
Mm.
I have to.
Yeah.
I also do my morning prayers every morning,
Yeah.
which is something I wasn't doing in 2018, 2019. I used to do it a long time ago and then I stopped. It happens, you know. And then 2020, we had so many crises that we were dealing with as a family that I started redoing my morning prayers. And my morning prayers are really simple. They're not, you know, denominational. You know, if you like going to church, go to church. I really like doing my morning prayers as my litany. I call it the litany of thank yous. I do my litany of thank yous. I light my candle and I go through my thank yous, right? I'm thankful for my friends, thankful for my family, thankful for my home, my job, the people I work with, you know, thankful for my neighbors, even if they make me crazy, thankful for my family, even if it makes me crazy, right? Thankful for this moment. And then I'll let myself have a couple of moments of quiet and just be present. So it's really helped me start to understand the difference between the universal crazy energy and my own personal crazy energy, my own personal,
You
right?
said it. Yeah.
Right. You know, what's really interesting about that question is sometimes I get, like I was saying, psychic impressions. And you know when I get them the strongest, obviously, and people who are watching this who are psychic or who get strong impressions will know this. I get it when I'm doing something really quiet and repetitive.
Mm. Yeah.
So when I'm digging in the dirt, right? Or I'm doing some kind of repetitive thing like cleaning out files, sweeping, watering. All of a sudden, I get like some kind of psychic impression. And I remember I was working in a company in New York. So bizarre. I just moved to New York. I got a job as a temp filing with this big company. And so one of my jobs is they put me in this little room with huge files, and there were two desks in there, and one woman was there and one woman wasn't. And I started going through, I had to go through all of the files and reduce everything in the file to one copy of each thing. So not multiple copies in each file. I mean, I looked at him like, okay, this should take me. Okay, great. I've got a job for a couple of weeks. It's going to take a long time. So I just had to go through each drawer and then how many copies, take out the old ones, right? It was this really repetitive, quiet, right? Just doing this thing. And while I'm sitting there, and so there's this one woman there and the other desk is empty. I got this whole impression about that person that wasn't there. I knew why she was sick, what
Mm.
happened. I got a message from her mother.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, I got all this kind of stuff. And so I turned and I didn't understand how much of that was really like not my imagination. And I turned to the other woman and I said, hey, is she blah, blah, blah? Is she okay? And da, 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 da. And, you know, her mom is so happy about her. God, the poor woman sitting there went and like ran out of the room. So I have to like not say things to people sometimes. So I've learned the hard way. Yeah, that was a big eye opener for me. You know, in terms of the information that you're getting and what you're supposed to be telling people. I was a lot younger. I'm like, oh, poor lady, I scared the hell out of her. I'm like, wow, okay. So that's really important for me to know. But it's that quiet repetition, or that being quiet, that's going to start to have you understand what is your energy. And then when you get when you get affected by the big universal nutsiness, right? That's happening. I mean, it's always happening. Universal nutsiness is always happening because we're nuts. We're humans and we are running at a gazillion miles an hour. My friend said to me yesterday, you know, the technological advances over the last 50 years that have been so intense and extreme. You think about the last 50 years and all the technology that's advanced. So that means when I was 10, right, we had a rotary phone at home.
Me too.
No microwave at home. No microwave.
What's that? Huh?
Right. We didn't have a microwave, right? The concept of walking around with a cell phone, that was like Star Trek, you know, that was like their little thing there. So in 50 years, all that they said, now over the next 10 years, it's going to be the same development, but in 10 years rather than 50. So that's just telling you about our advancement into this technical and digital age. That's all energy. That's all energy that's putting out there. 5G and, you know, microwaves and all this kind of stuff. So it's more and more and more important to do meditation daily, to take the time for yourself and rediscover your personal humanness, your personal humanity, and to find ways to love yourself as a human. Because those big feelings that you're getting from the craziness of the world are what makes you human. There's nothing wrong with feeling sad.
Exactly.
Sadness is your connection to compassion, right? We have the ability to feel sad. That is so beautiful. Because if we could not feel sad, then we could not feel empathy towards others. And so we better embrace our sadness, because otherwise we're going to tolerate some inhuman injustices that should not be tolerated. If we can't feel the sadness and the heartbreak of what's happening someplace, then we won't have empathy to make it right or to fix it. And I think that's also true of anger. There's nothing wrong with being angry. It's what you do with your anger that or not justify. It's what you do with your anger that makes it right. So yeah, if you've been hurt, you have every right to feel angry. If you've been if you've been disappointed, hurt, if things in the world are making you angry, if you don't like what somebody's doing, then do something about it.
I was going to say it's a catalyst for change.
It's
like instead of being angry and then hitting something or hitting yourself or whatever, or per se, use it constructively to change things for the better. It's right. Great. I say that in class. I say that if you feel frustrated with me babbling, use that energy and put it into your body as a way to focus on your abdominal muscles to work harder, and transfer that energy rather than wasting it darting daggers at the camera. That's a waste of time for everybody. So yeah, it's a really powerful force of energy the anger and the frustration and the disappointment and all things, we can use that to change things for the better. Really,
Right.
it's powerful.
If you feel fear daily, that is a phone call to yourself to start addressing that. Your fear may be founded. Your fear may be justified.
Yeah.
You may have actual reasonable reasons to feel fearful. Great. That means that's a phone call. Go find someone to help you deal with that fear.
Yeah.
Right?
It is
If you're, huh?
a catalyst. It is too a catalyst for change too. If it's really something that is a worthy fear, like it's not just internal, it's external as well, then you need to change your environment. It's all those sort of things are catalysts for change, I think, which
Yeah.
can really lead to something better, hopefully. If you
Yeah. Well, fear is how we protect ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? But if we're living in fear, if we're continuously living in fear, then we're not listening to it. Fear is talking to you, so appreciate the fact that your fear comes up, because that's how you take care of yourself. You protect yourself. Hey, something's not right. Something's not right. And you need to appreciate it, listen to it, and then again, deal with it. You're all right, I'm afraid that I'm going to get cancer or whatever, fear you're carrying around. All right, I understand that fear. So let's deal with that. Why do you feel that fear? Can we talk to a doctor? Do you need to lose weight? Are you not eating properly? Are you not exercising? Is it fear of the unknown? Well, then let's start to deal with how we deal with life's uncertainties, because there's no real guarantees anywhere, and we have to learn to process uncertainty and feel strong in ourselves. So these feelings that we have, that we can maybe get from the big collective, are what makes us human, and we need to embrace our feelings, and to say, wow, I really appreciate the fact that I have feelings.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
That
sometimes the extreme dust, don't you think, of emotions is that sometimes I'm an extreme emotionally person, that I'm so glad in one way that I can feel so the depths of despair, because then my joy on the flip side is the peak of happiness. And yeah, it may seem extreme sometimes, but at least I get that feeling, that beautiful broad feeling, whereas some people are kind of in the middle, and that's okay, that's beautiful, and that's just them. But I like the fact that I can go to an extreme of emotion and get into the heart of, I don't know, what life's about, feeling
joy.
connection. Yeah, exactly. So I think it's, yeah, honor it. It's a gift to feel so intensely and to pick up on universal energy and all that sort of stuff. And then we're healers. We can help ourselves, we can help others, if we can know what is ours and what is the collectives.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's really hard. This all takes practice.
Yeah.
Growing up, my family used to call me dramatic.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you're so
Drama,
dramatic. You're so
drama queen.
dramatic. And I wish that they had really understood, oh, as this little kid is sensitive and has big feelings. Because then what happened is I was constantly pulling back my feelings all the
Yeah.
time. I always felt like, oh, I can't express this. I'm dramatic.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too. Went through the same
and
thing.
yeah, and then you start questioning your reaction. Like, well, maybe I'm overreacting here, or maybe this isn't right, or, as opposed to embracing those feelings, because those feelings are your creativity
Yeah.
and your humanity and so much stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
It does take practice now, though. The good news is that I think more people are beginning to really understand this. I think
I
more
agree.
people are really beginning to understand that it's okay to have big feelings.
Yeah.
That if you wake up tomorrow and you feel sad, say, I feel sad today. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. It's going to make me compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
I feel sad today. I'm going to own it. I feel it. And here I am. Now, what am I going to do with it?
And don't you find us, when you do own it and feel it, it dissipates so much faster because you're
Yeah,
not ignoring. It's like a child. If you ignore the child, they're going to banter more and more and more. But as soon as you go, hey, and pay attention, the child calms down instantly, pretty much, relatively.
sure.
But it's that same sort of thing, owning your emotions. As soon as you go, yes, this is how I feel, how I am, and process it, go with it, feel it, go through it. It can end so much faster than if you deny it and depress, compress, as you were saying, end up in that
Yeah.
terrible state of denying our real feelings.
What is it they say? What you resist persists.
Persists. Yeah, yeah,
So the resistance, no, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Your psyche, your subconscious, your body is going, me,
yeah, yeah. Hello, hello.
what's going on there? So yeah, so once we say, wow, this is how I feel today. And like I said, when I was in New York, I started getting comfortable with not being okay emotionally after September 11th, because it's just a ridiculous thing that we do. We walk around, are you okay? Are
Yeah.
you okay? How you doing? Are you okay? Well, no, I'm
Nope.
not okay right now. This horrible thing happened and I'm processing. Or, people go through breakups and automatically the world's like, come on, get up, pick yourself up, let's move on, let's keep going. We don't have time to process. We never get a chance to process. That's why I'm really going to try to encourage this person I know to take a decompression day. Just take a decompression day. Do something nice for yourself. That, not get an ice cream sundae, but go buy a plant and plant a flower, plant a tomato plant, take a bath. um, you know, go for a walk, ride a bike, uh, go to a museum now that they're open again, uh, dance. I really like dance around my house. No one can see me. Pull the shades, put on the music.
Me too. I do the same thing. So much fun. So much fun.
It is. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
And
You
music's the
know.
best therapy. Like it just brings up all the emotions. You can cry, you can scream, you can laugh, you can woo, sing along, you will do whatever you can do. It just gets out that energy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can do restorative hypnosis with me.
Yes.
And you can take your nice, deep, positive trance, your
There
nice,
you go.
deep trance,
There you
and
go.
release that physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual tension
Beautiful.
that we've gotten so used to carrying around like a backpack, or like this. I've
That's
got my
awesome.
coffee and I'm in traffic. I mean, I know a lot of us have worked from home, and that created a whole new understanding, right? So now we're not running from ourselves. Now we're faced with ourselves. And to learn that self love, I have a little extra weight on my body. Okay,
Yeah.
there
How
it
will we work
is.
with this rather than,
What am I
yeah.
going to do with that? What am I going to do with that?
And I think also, Das, that's one reason why we wanted to start this conversation, because there has been this opportunity with COVID for us to sit with ourselves. A lot of people aren't handling it very well. So we need to, and the people who are, sorry, the person who least expects sort of thing is struggling with having to sit with themselves or their family or their lover or whatever. So we hope that this can help in terms of just reaching out and normalizing this conversation. No, it's okay that
Right.
it's difficult to sometimes be with yourself, and we've got tools and techniques and just a conversation in terms of helping people get in touch with themselves. And it's a beautiful thing. It's
And
scary,
it's
initially scary.
scary.
I was
Sure.
shit scared, pardon my language, but
But isn't that what that fear, again, we're talking about fear,
yes,
opens you up to say, okay, take care of this. I'm afraid of where it could go.
yeah, but either you
So
deal or you don't, so it's pretty much got a deal.
how to
And
deal with
beautiful world out there, and everyone is beautiful, everyone has got something good in their hearts, and it's just a matter of getting yourself in touch with that, and reintroducing yourself to yourself, and remember all the path that you've taken to get here. Imagine that was someone else's story, you'd be like, no, good work, all right, that's so cool, nice one, wow. Do the same for yourself, celebrate yourself. Yeah.
it. Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I understand that when if you've been running from yourself through work, right? By being busy, and all of a sudden everything stops.
Excuse me.
Suddenly you're at home. No worries. You sometimes can realize that you've been solely identifying who you are through your job and your relationships,
Yeah.
and your sense of identity is shifting.
Yeah.
And people have to really tell themselves, and I do this, have to do this to myself, I am more than my job.
Yeah.
I am more than, a mom. I think being a mom is an amazing experience. Being a mom has been wonderful for me. I have a wonderful kid, but that's not who I am. I am myself,
Mhm.
and I love the fact that I had the opportunity to be a mother and still do. I am more than my job. I am more than my relationships. I am more than being an artist or a spiritual practitioner or a restorative hypnotherapist. I am myself. And to not identify so strongly with one aspect of myself, because at any one time, one of those aspects may not exist. My son is now a grown man. So he's not, a 4-year old. And he calls me when, just to chat. I'm very, very fortunate. But, and I'm still his mother, but it's a different relationship. So if that's, the whole concept of empty nest syndrome, where we're, only identifying with being that mom who takes the kids here, takes the kids there, does this, it's all about the household, because eventually the household will change. Everything changes, everything rearranges and changes. And you also rearrange and change if you allow yourself. But
But
when
one
we,
thing remains consistent is I
the
am.
breath, I
Yeah,
am.
the breath. Yeah, it's the I am me, and I am that I am, and I'm always going to be that. And if roles change, as you said, the family dynamic changes and all that sort of thing, you've still got that quality, that sense of stability within yourself, that rooted groundedness, because that will never change. I mean, you can change within yourself, but I am is forever, however long we're here.
Yeah.
Thus, on that note,
Yeah.
would you do our meditation? This is a huge conversation. Every week we get to start some amazing conversations. Maybe we can continue it next week. Actually, I'd like to continue this next week. Would you like to continue this next week?
I always want to continue conversation
Yay!
with you. I love it. I love having these
So
conversations.
exciting. We could talk for hours and hours, but because I think we have to keep it to a certain time limit.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're watching.
Yeah, yeah, I am. So why don't you do your meditation? That'd be great to close, because I know we love this meditation. I do personally. So I'd love to end with this.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a little meditation. Let's build on this uh breath work that you started with opening the heart. So we're going to do a meditation that will teach us how to open the heart. And not only that, you can use this meditation throughout the day, no matter where you are. Um, and it will really help you if you're having a hard time with self love or being present and feeling safe. This meditation will really help you understand how to open your heart and trust the world around you, put you in that place. So that's what we're going to work on. Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you.
All right. So that's, I have to get back in my body now that we've done all the yakyo yokyo. Okay. So you can sit up or lie down, however you're comfortable. If you're lying down, put some pillows under your knees and all the way out to your ankles and feet so they're not dangling, but so that you have something, oops, sorry, like this, so that it supports you. So you can put your feet up if you like. That's always a great choice. Or sitting up is fantastic if your spine is supported. Okay. And just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel the body relax with that exhale and just breathe easily. letting our conversation go. And again, take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Nice active exhale. Letting the day go and just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose easily and effortlessly. Easy breath. And again, breathe in deeply in through the nose. Nice and full. Hold it. And exhale. Let it all go. Letting go of yesterday. Letting go of tomorrow. Just breathing easily and effortlessly. Just being here now for a moment. Being here with us. Being here with yourself. Feeling the breath go in and go out without trying to change it in any way. Just allowing that breath to go easily into your body and out. That's right. And notice now the sounds. You may be hearing sounds outside, passing traffic, animals or people. Allowing those sounds to come and go. They won't disturb you right now. In fact, they will help you to focus. Because for right now, the outside world is unimportant to you. Just being here now with this breath, allowing those sounds to come and go. And now noticing your body as it sits in the chair or lies on the floor. Noticing the temperature of the room on your exposed skin. Notice your clothing on your body, your hair, your glasses, your jewelry. Notice what's tight, what's loose, soft, what's scratchy. Notice your feet. Are they warm or cold? Just noticing it without trying to change it in any way. That's right. Feeling the breath come and go, the way the sounds come and go, the way noticing your body can come and go. Noticing the thoughts come and go, memories, ideas, thoughts. Just allow them to come in and go out the way the breath comes in and goes out. That's right. And now for just a moment, I want you to imagine the sun up in the sky. No matter where you are, right now the sun is shining. It might be nighttime where you are and dark, but on the other side of the planet, the sun is shining. It might be warm and shining right where you are. And just imagine that sun shining and all of its warmth, that beautiful sun shining with all of its warmth. And I want you to imagine a beam of light coming from that sun, no matter how far away it is from you right now, whether you're in your bed, in the dark, that sun is still shining. So send a beam of light all the way around the earth or straight down from the sky. Send that beam of light right into your heart. Feel that beam of light beaming right into your heart. Sense it, see it, feel its warmth, feel that sunlight beaming right into your heart. Feel that warm sunlight opening the heart, healing the heart, relaxing the heart. Feel that warm sunlight bringing love right into the heart with that light, bright golden light, warmth, however you want to sense it, visualize it, or see it. Beam that light right into your heart. Warm it up, open it up, and now slowly beam that light right out from your heart. Send a beam of that light right out from your heart into your room. Beaming it out, beaming it in, beaming it out. Send that light right out of your room, right out into your building, right out into your neighborhood, right out into your world around you. That light is continuous, beaming in, and you're beaming it out. You're filling up and you're sending it out. Filling yourself up with that light, sending it out, sending it out, sending it out. That continuous flow of that sunlight, sending warmth and love through you, into you, and out from you into the world. And just take a moment to experience that all on your own. And I want you to know that you can take this idea with you everywhere and anywhere. Beam that sun right into your heart. Beam it right back out when you go for a walk, when you drive your car, when you go to the store, when you go to work, or when you're by yourself in your own home. Beaming that light in, beaming that light out. Yeah, take that with you, no matter where you go. That's a great way to deal with big feelings. Beam some sunlight in, beam it right back out.
Yeah.
Fill your room, fill your home, right? Fill those people you meet with some sunlight. People are going to go, wow, you look really great today. What's going on?
Spread the love, people. Spread the love.
Oh, yeah. Spread the love by liking, sharing, and subscribing.
Oh, yeah. Doing, doing, doing. Yeah, we forget things like that. We're silly because we just want to talk to you. We just want to talk to each other. We forget little things like that. But it will help, guys, for us to get this channel out there and contact more people to hopefully help more people. So it helps, I guess. we'll work it out.
Sure,
All right,
it does.
so much for your for coming again today and having
Yeah.
this discussion. Awesome information. We'll be back next week. Woohoo! Same time, same place. I love you. Bye, everyone. Take care of yourselves.
Bye, Jemima. Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Yeah, bye.